just really excited about going into the last week of spring ball. We got some scrimmaging stuff to do tomorrow, so we'll get on. I'm excited to talk to you guys right now about it, but we had our third non-padded practice today, and just kind of getting ready for tomorrow. Really, it will be our last time to get a lot of the live work done, you know. And like I said, I think you guys heard me say this before. It's probably been one of the more physical camps we've had in spring. Probably a lot more live than I anticipated us doing, but I can't complain about the results that we're getting. So now it's just a balance of how much more do we need to do tomorrow. We still need a lot of the young guys to get some work, but I think some of the guys that have been proven will probably hold out a little bit in the live work tomorrow, and then let the rest of the guys go. So I'm probably guessing around 80 plays of practice, and it's all situational football, so no individual. We'll just get right to it, and then, probably 50 or so of those will be live.
How have you guys held up physically? Have you had a lot of injuries?
Yeah, we've had some guys get banged up. I mean, I probably know a little bit more at the end of the week next week, and I mean, that's just part of the game. I hate that guys got hurt, but nobody that's out for the fall. So no one's that's going to miss time going into the season. So I think that's why I like having spring ball this early. That if there is, I mean, that's part of the spring games, that our spring practices, that guys do get hurt, but then there's enough time between now and September that we can get guys healthy.
What aspects of the quarterbacks improved since the start of spring, particularly Retzlaff and Bohannon?
Yeah, I mean, Jake's got he knows the offense way better than what Gary's done, and a lot more comfortable with the way that A-Rod calls it, and A-Rod's coached that position, so he's further ahead. But you can see the ability in both those guys, and the competition's been really nice for those guys to get after it, and then you're starting to see a really cool bond between the two of them. And then the rest of the room, I mean, I've been really pleased with the way the quarterbacks are running the offense. And if you're to ask me what were the issues, that we didn't have a lot of issues show up until maybe Wednesday's practice, where we had some bad snaps and some false starts, and none of that was with the ones though. So, and none of it was with those two quarterbacks running it. But you know, we need some guys to step up and compete, and we'll find out when it's live if we make those mistakes. But it's been really good I mean, offense. I think you guys heard me say the offense was further ahead last week, and I'm looking forward to defense closing the gap tomorrow.
When you say Jake's further ahead, is he the favorite then to be that starter QB1 right now?
No, I think they're really neck and neck. I don't think that's. I mean, I think he's more familiar with the guys that are coaching him and the scheme. They've been here longer, so he's definitely a little bit more comfortable. But Gary's starting to make a lot more improvement, and you can see the comfort level that he has with the offense. So I don't know if we can't make that decision today or even tomorrow, but maybe next week we'll see when you guys talk to me, and we'll see how it goes. But right now, I like the competition. I can tell you this, that practice 1 to now, both have gotten much better and have widened the gaps between them and the 3 spot. Now there's another competition going on with the 3rd spot too, so it's really good stuff happening for us, and that's just the quarterback position.
I was just going to ask you, what other position battles come to mind that
tight ends, we got a bunch of them, and I think Kevin Gilbride has done a great job with the tight ends, and looking at all the guys that can play there. I mean, there's a good number of upperclassmen that can play there. I mean, we moved Kibo there for a reason, but started to see that with Kibo being there, Tava and Ray and Mason, these guys have stepped up, and we talked about the freshman with Reiner being there, and the group is loaded, and I like the emergence of the young guys that are stepping up, you know. So overall, I've been really pleased with that group. We're pleased with the O-line. I think the competition right now it's getting exciting for the O-line. We need more guys that can play than just the 5.
Following up on the tight ends, how have you seen Jackson Powers progress? I know he's a heralded guy year 2 now.
Yeah, Jackson made some huge strides in terms of a lot more confident and comfortable in the offense. I think everybody looked at him as possibly a blocker, and I could say all the tight ends, I think it was kind of, you knew what their strengths were, so you kind of put them into the strengths, which made us a little bit predictable. And now Kevin and A-Rod, they've been working really hard and making them all more well-rounded. The guys that can block, trying to make sure that they can also run routes and catch the ball, and I think we've made a great effort getting them more well-rounded as a tight end overall. And I like the improvement they've made.
With Tyler Batty and Ben Bywater coming back, you get not two really skilled players, but two amazing leaders too.
Yeah.
What kind of head start do those guys give you here in the spring?
Yeah, the leadership is already happened. I mean, we had a bunch of new faces last year, and a lot of those guys have returned. But it's nice to have the mainstays like Batty, and I mean Blake Mangelson's been here for a long time, and John Nelson. Those guys are running the room, and then you have Ben with the backers and Jacob Robinson with the DB. So there's a lot of veterans that are here that have played a lot of snaps, and when they speak, it's easier. When Norm Chow was just here for the week, and he was here as a keynote speaker at our clinic, and he talked about the best teams, and obviously we're celebrating the 1984 team. And I was at the event last night, and it's really cool to see the bond that they had between each other, but also that they worked really hard, they're loyal, and they loved each other. That's the stuff that you talked about mostly. And so we're trying to get our team to get a little bit of that and have the alumni around. They were at practice today, so I saw our players talking with them. They're in there talking with them right now in the tent with dinner. So the more I can have those guys around, the better, and the better our team will be. So I think we can get some of that magic. That'll be really helpful.
Along those lines, how much of a benefit when you're selling the program, both internally and externally, is the BYU experience?
Well, that's what it's got to be, and I think we have to find what makes us unique and what makes us different, and then highlight those. And I think being a faith-based institution and that we're focused on a lot more than just football. And granted, it's not for everybody, but it is for a lot of people, and you can see them improving and being a big part of something special. And then you get to be involved with amazing alumni, and the fan base is awesome. So, I mean, and the media that covers them too, But it's really cool that we have a great connection. It's all about the people here. So, the experiences, the people. That's the key. I know we have some nice facilities and we want to upgrade a lot of different things, but the people is what makes it count, and that's our currency.
Has Sonny Tuala practiced yet in the spring at all?
No, he's going to be joining us in the spring. He had to get through some. I mean, him being a international student from Australia, he has to go through a couple things, and then we got him cleared. He'll start in April with us, but he's allowed to be around and do some things, live in the area, but. It's a little different when you have international players, but he's going to be starting with us in a month.
I wanted to also ask about the offensive line, offensive tackle. Outside of Keim and Etienne, who are some of the other guys that are kind of taking step forwards in those tackle spots?
Yeah, Trevin Osler's getting some work there. Jake Griffin's getting some work as well. And then we need to find some guys to step up. We think we have a bunch of guys in the interior that can play with Makasini and Lapuaho and Connor Pay, obviously, and then you have some other guys like Peter Falanico, and those guys are starting to step up. It's really making the 10 that we can count on going into the season. I think we have about 11, 12 guys to battle for it, but it doesn't hurt to get better talent in there as well. And right now, it's not about talent; it's about the experience and the young guys stepping up. So is this freshman ready to get significant reps? If not, if he needs to develop more, we can get someone in there to take a spot. That's competition's up for everybody. The 6th spot on O-line is just as important as that is for us to get the starting spot.
Is it looking like you'll have some openings to add more guys from the transfer portal like you did last year after spring?
Yeah, I mean, that's always going to be part of it. I think we do have a few spots, not as much as we've had in the past, but I think we'll kind of narrow it down to I don't know if we can really get in the habit of getting a bunch of one-and-done types. If they do, it's got to be a little different, but hopefully we can get some guys added, but I'm really proud of the way our guys are developing right now too. So as you look back and you see the improvement of our players, the development, it's something that we got to look at first, and then we can look outside, see if anything can come in and help our culture and our team.
Spring's been an opportunity to get young guys opportunities. Who are some of the freshmen that you feel have came in and made an impression on you and staff?
Well, I think Reiner's been a guy that everyone's talking about, and he's done a great job. I think Tommy Prass has done a great job coming in at free safety. So you look at those high school kids, Ephraim Masiata, all those guys that should be in high school have done an amazing job, learning the scheme, getting used to being big-time college football players. But then you also get guys like Pakai Haunga that's in a really good spot. Then you have some of the other freshmen that come back from a mission in the running back spot. You have Joveso, Damuni, and so there's a good group of young men that I think the return missionaries they're a little bit behind But you can see they're gonna be something special for us. So it's really nice that we have more depth on our team. And I'm excited. Whether they're a missionary or a high school kid, it's pretty obvious we did a good job getting our guys recruited.
You talked about Coach Gilberti earlier. I want to ask you about Coach Woods and his impact so far.
TJ's awesome. I'm just thankful that we had an opportunity to go get a coach of this caliber, and seeing his demand from the O-line. He knows there's a lot of pressure on that group. So I love the way that he's coached them, and you should ask the O-linemen how they feel about him and the things that he's done, because he's tough, but he'll get them to play well, and I'm just really been pleased with the way the O-line's working right now. So got a really busy day tomorrow. Hopefully they can perform.
We've got Tahi here.
Yeah.
He's been through some challenges. We were talking about that. What does that mean for him to be able to be here and be a part of it?
Well, Fui's been. I mean, but it's all the guys here. We have a bunch of guys that. This is a great fraternity, being a BYU football player. So I want these guys around as much of our team as possible. I think that was my pitch to them. I was able to speak to the alumni, to the guys that are playing in this game. I'm so thankful that I don't have to play in this stinking game. But I warned the guys that, hey, last year I was worried about injuries. That's all I get stressed out about guys getting hurt because they have to go home and be fathers and husbands and stuff like that, So I worry about that. But last year it was in the celebration that Max Hall got hurt. So now I limited them to the celebrations being golf celebrations. Like little claps and fist pumps. That's about it. No jumping in the air, things like that. But hopefully they listen. I don't know. They don't have to listen to me, but I'm just glad that they're here, and they're always welcome to be here at BYU.